You have 15 seconds to answer. When did they build the Great Wall of China?
I don't know, year
Nobody
one?
knows. Okay. Year one.
Year one, bro. They started early.
Yeah. I think we have to fill a couple minutes because I want to say something, but I don't know if I should say it right at the beginning of the recording because we get immediately demonetized or banned from YouTube or something for certain topics. So let's talk about the weather for 5 minutes.
Guys just can't leave the Holocaust alone.
God damn, what is it now with what's your new agenda?
It's I've converted to
Islam?
Jehovah's I was gonna say, but I couldn't even say that convincingly because I know nothing about it. So I was gonna go Jehovah's Witness. I know how to knock on doors and annoy people. Imagine just doing just practicing your open mics bits and stuff, going door to door instead of getting on stage, just doing like salesman. Have you guys ever done anything like that? Like you had to go door to door for some reason? Yeah?
I was a census collector.
Oh, right, shit. Yeah.
Oh, yes, you collect all of the data and you ask them questions
every
and stuff.
10 years,
Oof.
So everyone fills that out themselves. But then the people who don't, someone goes and knocks on their door.
Yeah.
And when I was 18, that was my job for the summer. There was only one road in and out of Russian. It is the actual anus of a shithole island. Basically, at some point, one of the roads just ends up in the Thames River.
Oh.
Like there is a road and then it just kind of drives into the Thames River and that's the end of the road.
Oh, we're done with this. Fuck it. Wait, who do you do? Who do you do census for? Who's your employer then?
The Office for National Statistics.
Okay, sure.
And basically, like, this was a real shithole place where a lot of, let's face it, scummy people live.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't say it because I knocked on their door.
Yeah.
And they were whatever. It's because on my first day I got a paint bucket thrown at me from a Ford Focus.
What? From a car?
From a passing car. Somebody just threw a bucket. That's a good
bucket?
projectile. No, it's just an empty bucket. But that's not a good projectile. Like, that's pretty dumb even for hooligan standards. Like, if you're trying to fuck someone up, why would you throw an empty bucket? Anyway, but it wasn't a nice experience because the people there were just probably very far below average IQ.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I knocked on one guy's door and I was like, did you fill out the census? He's like, what's that? So I had to explain what the census was. And then I said, if you don't fill it out, if you don't send it off, you can get done. You can get like a fine or even go to prison. To which he said, are you threatening me? And went and got his dog. Like, it was possibly the worst place on earth to try and find out stuff about people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These weren't people that forgot.
No.
They got too much time on their hands. They mark that shit on the calendar.
Every 10 years someone comes in threatening me and my family.
It doesn't matter who it is, just fuck them up. They were doing the big census in Poland, I guess. I don't think it's every year. Months ago?
I believe it was last year.
Yeah, like last year, maybe 2 years ago. I don't know, and I guess they were. I don't know if they changed the law or it's always been this way, but they were saying that if you don't take part, there could be consequences. You pay a fine or whatever. And I never heard about that again. So,
No comment.
Yeah. No comment.
So I wonder how many people actually took part, because if somebody doesn't show up, you're supposed to do it online maybe or whatever. Yeah. So I can't imagine it'd be higher than like 10-20% of people, right?
Well, just 12 people filed it.
Or just
12 people.
It's like sending an email to the workplace. True. Just no one reads the email. No one checks.
Especially during the pandemic times, right?
Yeah. Did you fill it out?
Yes.
Was Muslim even an option?
I don't remember.
The only two options were Christian and incorrect.
Following the incorrect gods. Yeah, but you became a Jehovah's Witness for real?
Yeah. So
Nice.
I'm going to get circumcised soon. And I'd like to invite all you guys to my bris. No, that's the wrong religion.
The bar mitzvah.
Do you actually
That's
get to
bar
see the
mitzvah.
snip?
Oh, do they see it like it's in Norway, in the Netherlands, where they keep it like there's a glass, and behind it there's, they do the shuka shuka.
Oh yeah, the shuka shuka. I saw it when
They
I was
do
in
the
Amsterdam.
shuka shuka,
yeah.
you know?
I was at the museum of shuka shuka.
Oh,
actually.
okay. So
Wait,
when they
what
do
does
the
shuka shuka mean? I have to know now because I know you didn't. You didn't just make that up, did you?
No, but they actually do the.
But what does it mean? What does shuka shuka
They
mean?
have sex.
Oh, bara bara. Okay.
Yeah, the bara bara. Okay,
Bara,
yeah.
bara, yes, in Polish,
So-
bara, bara.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, yeah, there is actually a sex museum there, at least one. But
Mm.
no, I don't know about circumcision. But like, okay, so if in Judaism, if they circumcise the baby, obviously there's people there at the bris. But what if somebody converts later and they get circumcised?
Then you pick
As
like
an
6
adult-
people, like have
Yeah.
pallbearers for a funeral.
Yeah.
You need to pick 6 people to stretch your foreskin for the priest.
Hold my hand. Hold my
They
hand.
have special fucking clamps and stuff. Oh my god.
5, 4, 3,
Yeah.
2. They make a countdown.
I was watching Crashing. Did you guys see that show
Yes.
with Pete Holmes?
What is that?
On HBO about the open micer.
Yeah, it's Pete Holmes
I don't
who he
The
has.
cringy one.
Yeah, he's
The one that believes in God and he's a comedian, which is like totally incompatible.
Yeah, that's a
Mm.
part of the series is about that, right? I don't know. I don't know if he's that. He's definitely not as religious, I think, as in the show. But yeah, he's
The ginger
Christian or
dude?
Catholic. What?
Ginger?
I guess he's like a blonde sort of. He's not really redhead.
Okay.
But he has a podcast called "You Made It Weird" or whatever. He's always laughing at his own jokes. But yeah, there was like a storyline there where he's performing for all these Christian groups, doing like a Christian comedy
Yeah.
tour, and he's doing a joke about this part in the Bible where I don't remember the name of the guy. God supposedly somebody like challenges this guy to bring 100 foreskins or something in order to marry his daughter, whatever it is. And he's like making fun of the whole thing. I had never even heard this shit from the Bible. I'm pretty sure it's
100 foreskins.
I'm pretty sure it's in
So
the
what
Old
is he,
Testament.
like the Grim Reaper for like
Yeah, right.
uncircumcised dicks?
Yeah, he's like he had to count them, right? Is he
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
like
I am too short from my woman.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I almost feel like this is at least a week late, but I feel like we should put this episode out immediately, in order to celebrate September 8th, because it's like, I mean, we're pretty close, right? It's a shame it wasn't a couple more days. There would be 2 occasions to celebrate 9/11. I wish it would have been on September 11th. That would have been beautiful. But
What happened on September 8th?
I don't know. Some old bitch died. I don't know. Can you get banned for that kind of shit, for insulting heads of state or whatever?
But he didn't say what old bitch died.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm sure a lot of old bitches died on September 8th.
That's right. They die every day, but
That's
especially
true.
on the 8th
Yeah.
is the biggest. The biggest one.
I don't know. I just thought it was interesting to watch what was happening in the media and stuff, because obviously I'm not surprised that everybody is like, oh, Queen Elizabeth. In the UK, sure, that's sort of understandable. Maybe in America, sort of, 'cause they love fucking cucking themselves to any authority.
Yeah.
But it's like retarded because conservatives were also like in defense of the Queen. And didn't you guys like gain independence from them? Wasn't that the whole point, that like you're now not part of the British Empire? But they're like, no, she was actually a wonderful old lady.
What did she do? Tell me one thing she did.
Well, I don't know.
Exactly. They
But
cannot.
But I was surprised because like even the Polish media, like all the liberal bullshit, like Wyborcza and all the papers were like, oh, wonderful, whatever they call her, an old. It was like our grandma died, basically. There's some
She's just
people,
a fucking postage stamp.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's the other thing is like people say that a lot because it was symbolic. She didn't really have any power, which is not true. That's not
exactly
accurate.
true.
Yeah, she like I found an article where she was lobbying for to change transparency laws regarding corporations so they could hide their holdings, like private holdings for the royal family and whatnot. So I don't know. I just thought it was kind of cool to see people dancing on somebody's grave. You don't get to see that every so often. But the response is kind of surprising to me. I mean, you're not going to see that for any other monarch, right? There's a few left, right? What is it? It's Denmark or
There's Jordan.
Jordan, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but nobody cares about that because
No, the Middle East monarchs. Okay, no one.
Obviously, you guys over there are back in the Stone Age, so.
Wow. Okay. Wow, the double standards.
No, the stoning age.
Okay, right. Hey, I'm just telling you what the official mainstream line is. I'm not in the stoning age.
Every age is a stoning age.
So you guys don't have any comments about it? Well, I guess that's for the better.
I am that uninterested. I am like,
yeah. Well,
when I lived there, I used to have like some kind of negative views on monarchy, but like, what does it matter really?
Right.
Like.
No, I guess it doesn't. But how did you get those? Because like that's unlikely, right?
Because she's a walking, breathing symbol of oppression.
Sure.
Like,
well, yeah. I mean, for me, there's no question. It's not like trying to justify Elon Musk or some billionaire or whatever. It's just
at
like
least
Elon
Musk stole some technology, right? At least he signed his name over some engineer's work.
Yeah.
What did this?
Yeah, at least he paid off some air hostesses for molestation. That's like what what men of industry do.
Exactly. Prince Andrew, no manners.
Yeah.
He didn't pay anybody off. Just coming up with bullshit excuses.
Yeah.
Did you see where someone heckled him and they got like pulled away and arrested? That's where free speech ends in Great Britain. Heckling pedophiles is unallowed. if
nonsense. I like the word nonsense. It sounds so much
fucking nonsense.
So much more innocent. Yeah.
Everyone was commenting on Facebook. Most of the Arabs were like, "Have you seen actually her crown and stuff? It's like this got like
it's got half of Africa in it."
Exactly. It's like, where did this come from, guys? Come on.
That crown is the reason they still wear flip flops.
Yeah. Everyone was like, maybe now is the time where we can all get our stuff back from the museum.
Let's
just go and get our
they're
stuff
not paying
back.
attention.
Yeah.
I called it though. I called it.
What do you mean?
Because I was talking about it by someone was talking to me about it by midday, and I was like, the Queen's dead. They were like, no, she's. I was like, all right, wait till 6 p.m.
Wait till 6. Wow.
They're just buttering up for the news. All right, she is gone, mate.
Right, because they were
6
saying,
bang. Yeah, she's
news.
unwell and she's comfortable. I like she's comfortable. She's finished, mate.
Comfortable
she's
in a
bleeding
coffin.
out her eyes. Like,
and they put her in a state, as they say, which I always think is a weird fucking phrase, right? You could walk by her fucking corpse, right?
What?
I think that's
you have to wait like 48 hours to go bow next to her coffin. It's not even open coffin. You can't even like see if she looks good. No, it's draped in some kind of flag.
So she's still there.
At least the Pope, they put him out there on the fucking
you could check
serving platter. They put some sushi around. You remember the Pope when they served? You never saw the Polish Pope, how they served him out for a week. He was there.
For a week, really?
Yeah. At night they did naked sushi.
Yeah, man, you could check the fit and everything. Whereas the Queen, I guess maybe
she may not even be in that box.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know.
She may be in a different box.
It's hollow.
It'd be funny if they make mixed up boxes.
Yeah. I saw I don't know if that was even, I guess it must have been. For a second I thought it might be fake news. As I saw some Irish football match or something, and they were chanting "Lizzie's in a box, in a box."
Yeah, they fucking
They
hate
hate
her.
over there.
Rightfully so.
It's wild, man.
They really
So yeah, but that is
mind.
weird to have those two completely opposing attitudes on one. Well, not one island, but you know.
Well,
Whoa,
that's a lot of misrepresentations you made in one sentence.
Wait, what do you
no,
mean?
they're very glad about it. Why wouldn't they be?
Sure.
I mean, I don't understand. Like, people are like, oh, she was the symbol of a great isle. She was always there. My grandmother was getting married. She was the queen. My mother was getting married. She was the queen. My mother was getting beat by my father. She was the queen. Like, when I had my first miscarriage, she was the queen. Oh, she had such a great sense of humor. And they show, like, one clip of her, like, saying something, like, relatively non-reptilian. Like so something that's almost human. And it's like, one Christmas, she sat next to a golden piano on national TV and talked about how she knew how hard this year was for everybody.
Oh, yeah, during COVID, yeah?
No.
Oh,
austerity, whatever.
Okay.
Cost of living going
they
up,
did that
wages
again
going
later
down.
with
She's always sitting next to a golden piano. Yeah, and she did that speech sitting next to a golden piano. And it's like, if you see that, and something doesn't flash in your brain that this revolts you to your core, your opinion's probably worthless to us.
Yeah, some severe brainwashing.
Like,
I mean, it's like 70 years of it.
Like you have some severe lack of identity if that's you. Like, if this woman wearing half of Africa on her head is what represents you.
Half of Africa, there's like little children hanging out. No, but yeah, I did see. I mean, I really didn't seek out the information, but it was impossible to ignore. I did see some shots of the people standing in line to see the fucking coffin or whatever it was. And it's like, you know, black people, probably Indian people, Desi or whatever. And it's like
they were just gonna check if it's for real.
Yeah, they were
like, check a pulse, man.
I guess maybe that's it. I was gonna say that is a sad intergenerational disconnect where your parents didn't give you the hate for the monarchy to pass it down. You're too Britified at that point.
I feel in a way that, you know how foreigners, if they went to the US the first time and they want to blend in, they would wear like these T-shirts that says like "I love New York" or "I love Texas" or something.
Yeah, even though only tourists wear that shit.
Yeah, exactly. So tourists, when they go to the UK, they would wear some stuff for the Queen, I guess.
Yeah, maybe like a plastic crown from Burger King or
something like that. It's just walking around with like a T-shirt, but now they don't have that. Now they have like the king.
Right.
For the first time, everyone's like, whoa.
God, he's really irrelevant, isn't he?
Now
nobody cares.
King. Yeah, no one.
I just saw a comment that was funny. It was like about people celebrating the death or whatever, and somebody wrote, "Oh, I'm just glad to see Charles finally getting a job at 70 years old or whatever it was."
Oh yes, he was unemployed for the longest time, and now he's actually employed. All right, back to the office.
Yeah. All right, I guess that's that. I thought maybe we were gonna do a little
jokes on that.
We're gonna do a little song and dance. No, that wasn't too bad. Can you imagine what's gonna happen when Kaczynski dies? That's gonna be like the extreme. Maybe. All right, fine. Let's talk about something else because Dave's making faces at me.
I'm not. I was just.
What did you?
Really, it wasn't.
No, I'm just trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to imagine something equally polarizing in Poland. And that's the first thing I could think of.
That would be it.
That or the new season of Jersey Shore. I don't know.
Or black elves in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes. Well, what's up with that? You know?
Yeah, what's up with
First of all,
wow, that sounded very accusing.
First of all, it's... Have you seen the Disney Black Ariel?
Oh, yeah.
No. Wasn't this way back in... Didn't they...
Revolting!
Absolutely disgusting. Yeah.
That is what?
First
of all, okay?
You can't stay underwater for that long and your skin color not change. Naturally, you're going to go back to...
That's what I've been saying.
It's going to wash out. Yeah. It's going to wash out.
You turn blue after a while.
Yeah.
You become just a blue, or you have like an orange shell.
I thought they already cast a black girl in the musical version or something, right? No, I'm serious because like they always
I don't know.
Disney does like Broadway versions of everything.
Oh yeah, they
have except maybe Star Wars. Why isn't there a Star Wars musical?
I would love to see a Chinese Star Wars.
Chinese. Why did you get all the? You're just trying to do more racist accents, brother. That's
there's some. Some racist ass shit.
Yeah.
What would Chewbacca sound different?
Chewbacca
or Vader.
He wouldn't have an accent, Chewbacca. Would have a very articulate English if it was Chinese.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He'd be good at math.
You're very good.
Yeah.
Very good at math. now that's
They would
racist.
never have any trouble with the hyperdrive.
Yeah, I have never seen
fixed,
Star
yeah.
Wars.
Oh, you never actually seen
I've never
it
seen
at all?
I
Any
can't
of them?
reference it really. No.
Not even
It's
one.
too old, I feel.
Well, I mean, yeah, at this point, yeah, it's really archaic. But I don't know. I think it. If you don't mind fantasy, I think it holds up. Like even
Okay.
I feel like the future they were envisioning, the special effects, the space stuff, that is still not bad. Everything except for like the computers, I think, kind of holds
Okay.
up. Like the ships and stuff, it's still pretty decent for
Yeah.
that old a movie. But obviously they had like a green and black screen on the computer or whatever, so that's ridiculous now. But I don't know. They're gonna keep fucking making those movies, aren't they?
Yeah, they
Or
will.
just
They
TV
won't
shows
stop.
or whatever.
They won't stop. Never stop.
Yeah. So I guess nobody gives you shit about not seeing it. You've never been coerced into
Yeah,
actually
exactly.
watching A New Hope or something.
No.
Yeah. I feel like Mark Hamill's on his way out probably.
Who's Mark Hamill?
Luke Skywalker.
Oh,
He's but I feel like the most recent the thing that he's known for now is doing the Joker voice. That's one of the best Jokers, I think.
oh yes, the
He
animation
does, yeah.
Joker. Yeah,
He does he did it for the animated series and
Mm.
and most of the video games, I think.
By on his way out, you mean out of our
Well,
world?
He's like 70 probably at this point, almost or
He's
something,
on his
right?
way out.
Is Star Wars
I
not
don't know.
big in the Middle East?
No,
Why?
I
Half
don't
of it takes place in the desert.
it's very relatable.
Highly relatable.
Yeah,
Stormtroopers and all of that.
yeah.
We already got
Cantinas
stormtroopers.
with like, yeah, Tatooine is like Mos Eisley Cantina. It's just Morocco, but with aliens.
Yeah, that's right. I've been to that place in Tunisia. They shot like a scene.
Oh, really? It wasn't.
Yeah, yeah.
I was actually just guessing, to be honest.
Mm.
I meant the multicultural melting pot, but yeah,
Mhm.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
I've never been. Have you guys ever been to any famous movie locations? other
Only
than that?
Tunisia, Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's a pretty big one, I guess.
Yeah.
Like people still go visit those fucking little hobbit houses in New Zealand or whatever,
Yes.
which is kind of funny.
I would love to go there.
Yeah,
Yeah. After I have seen the location in Tunisia for Star Wars.
yeah.
The movie set. I would imagine it's completely different from the New Zealand because the movie set I've been to, no one cared. There's
Yeah.
literally one dude who is just living in the neighborhood,
Yeah.
and he's like the security for
Well,
the
it is a
entire
fucking
place.
desert, isn't it?
Yeah, and he doesn't care.
There ain't
like,
much
no
to take
one-
care of. There
Yeah.
ain't much caretaking. He doesn't fucking rake the sand, does he?
We were the only tourists in like 10 years that
That's
came
weird.
there. Like no one goes there. No one visits.
That's strange. Maybe because it's Tunisia. I don't know.
I think so.
Because
I
you'd
don't
think. I mean, because Star Wars fans are obsessive. I mean,
Mm.
they can't get enough of that shit.
know. But the New Zealand one, oof, it's green. There's houses.
Yeah, I
short
mean that's a
people.
nice country, a nice area to begin with. I guess.
Mhm.
I just don't want to fucking fly all the way over there.
Yeah,
And you
just
got to
to
go
see-
through Australia. I'm not fucking going to Australia. That's like that place. The only thing that's I mean, like personal hygiene is less popular than racism over there. You know. I don't want to go there.
Where did that come from?
I'm not a big fan of Australia. It's just like it's like more obnoxious UK. It's really it's almost the same.
I would say the same thing with the accent. Yeah, I can't understand
Yeah.
the Australian accent whatsoever,
Right.
or like the dialect. I don't know. They don't speak English. They speak English, but it's not English. It's English, but they got their own twang to it.
Yeah. You could probably argue that it's actually more English because it's like maybe a preserved version of whatever it was at the time. I'm sure it's changed. But like
Because the prisoners of the 18th century spoke the perfect Queen's
That's
English.
right.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's what they preserved. Yes. But I have no views on Australia, seeing as I am employed by an Australian company. I have no views of Australia to speak of.
Right,
Definitely.
right, of
Not
course.
at all.
No comments.
according to point 3B in your contract.
You are not allowed to compete
Do not
on
say
Australia.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
What's new? What's hot?
What's new? What's cracking? I thought you guys would tell me because I don't.
What the hell?
Like
None of us watch the news.
I don't even. Yeah, none of
Yeah.
us. Okay.
I don't.
All right. So much for that. So much
Yeah.
for the
It's-
topical
it's
portion.
just bad news.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
don't give a fuck.
So-
The world can burn for a while.
Yeah.
2017, huh?
that
was the year, bro.
bro.
That was the year.
That was the
Damn.
good days.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian and Kanye West are having a baby?
Oh shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't hear about this.
They're naming her East West or Northwest.
North by Northwest. Yeah, those two are divorced. Fucking ASAP and Rocky and Rihanna had a baby. And people are upset that she's fat, so that's all I know about that.
Wow, that's
Rihanna had a baby?
Yeah. I think they actually appeared in public after her pregnancy the most recently, so that was why I saw something about it, like people commenting her looks.
I thought ASAP Rocky was gay. Seriously.
I could see that, but no.
Just
I mean,
because you have that haircut for that reason doesn't mean everybody does.
No one can see my haircut. I
Yeah.
have fabulous hair.
no, you do. You could be a prince.
Sun silk, baby.
Yeah.
A moderately attractive middle-aged woman right now.
Herbal essence, baby.
Yeah?
Just put that.
Timotei?
Yeah. Alma oil.
Ooh, what? What is that?
Yeah, you don't know the amla oil, the alma oil? Is this oil that they extract, I don't know, out of
Yeah.
olives, I guess?
Okay.
And they put it on the hair to kind of like make it silky.
Yeah. All right. I hear you. Yeah, I mean, talk to me. Talk to me more about
hair.
hair. I'm looking at my fucking hairline every day, like, oh, this shit's not looking too good. It's not-
You're fine.
I don't-
Oh, man.
I'm
The
all right, but
hairline.
it's like I have the same haircut pretty much always, either unless it's short. But like, yeah, whenever I wash my hair, or whatever, I'm like, this shit's inching back every week.
Your hairline reminds me of Palestinian borders. You just keep decreasing and decreasing.
Yeah. No, we're just going to push a little further. It's fine. Don't worry. Just a little bit more. Don't worry.
We release a Porsche industry factory there.
We drove past village Palestina today.
Oh, for real?
Oh, there's a Palestinian
There's a
village?
village
I had no idea.
Palestina in Poland.
Mm.
This is in which region? Yeah.
Świętokrzyskie,
Oh,
I guess.
okay.
Oh, damn. Świętokrzyskie, Warsaw.
What?
In Warsaw? Or
No,
completely different?
Świętokrzyskie is...
Oh, Świętokrzyskie is not as in a street, but as
no,
in
it's
like
like
No,
the
the-
county or
yeah, the
whatever.
county.
The
Damn.
voivodeship or whatever it's called.
Voivodeship.
Yeah, but I never knew. That's is it really a small town, like a village?
Yeah, it's pretty much a village. That's how
They-
it starts.
I'm trying. I'm waiting for trying to make a suicide bomber joke. Not just. Might as well not.
When was the last suicide bomber in Poland?
In
Never.
Poland?
Never happened, right?
What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't know. the
Yeah, I
history.
never heard about anything like that. I mean, the first thing that came to mind was the guy that set himself on fire for totally
Yeah, that's right.
unrelated.
Political
Why
reasons. or
would
Yeah.
you kill people if you can't savor it?
Now that you're gonna have to discuss with philosophers.
Yeah, no, that kind of makes sense though. Like, yeah, it would have to be somebody would have to do it probably in a group of some other people they hate or whatever, right? Yeah, I mean, there's all kinds of. I think when people were founding villages back in the day, they didn't give a shit about the name. They were
Yeah,
just
I don't think
anything that came to mind, and it's like, fuck the girl named Marilla here. I'm gonna call it Marillaville.
so. Just name it.
Marilla,
That's how we
Marilla
recognize
on
it.
top.
Marilla on top.
This was way before the weight gain, you know. Oh, jeez.
That was before Sports Illustrated and all of that. Just
Yeah.
Marilla.
You know about Sports Illustrated? That's so funny. It's like, I feel like that's such an American thing. Like,
Right?
yeah,
I know it from the US only.
yeah. Because I don't think they ever sold it here. I mean, I'm sure at some point they did because you could buy any foreign magazine if you really want to. But Yeah, it's not like Playboy that was popular, right?
It's not? I thought it was, but more in sports.
Well, maybe in the U.S. I mean, first of all, I don't think they had nudity. It was just girls in swimsuits or lingerie or whatever.
So that's how it started.
So you'd actually see it out in the open, like in stores, whereas Playboy might have been bagged up, or you had to. Some places, I'm sure you even had to ask for it because fucking Puritan America. But yeah, I mean, it's not an institution like that. Not in Europe, right? Whereas Poland had its own version. It's they even put out when they stopped publishing in Poland. They put out a special like commemorative issue to, remember firing 20,000 people. It was really. No,
Whoa!
I'm kidding. I don't know how many people they hired, but they put out an issue to celebrate all the firings. Is all I'm saying.
Oof. Really?
Well,
like, was that recent or back in the day?
No, I feel like it was a year ago or something. I feel like everything you ask me right now is going to be a year or two.
A year ago, the pandemic messed up your time.
I have no clue what.
I feel, like time stopped then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're still living back then.
Yeah.
we left a part of us
I guess for sure.
in these rooms.
I'm listening to a really old niche podcast about gaming, whatever, and they're like, they stopped making it a couple years ago, and so now I'm virtually transported to 2018 or something, and they're like, Trump became president a couple of years ago, whatever, and I was like, oh, this is so quaint.
It was
it's
such
so
a
cute.
nice.
The stuff you guys are worried about, you're still talking about Obama or whatever, and it's like, what the fuck? Nobody cares about that shit anymore.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Oof. I loved it.
Do you guys think old Donald can get reelected?
I believe so. He will.
I think that'd be kind of fun.
He will definitely.
I believe he could.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a little piece of his recent rally, and it's good. He really gets into it when he's at a rally, and obviously all the people there support him. And he's like, "Can you think of a better place to be on a Saturday than a Trump rally?" And I'm like, shit, I can think of a lot of good places. Much better. Just a public bathroom in the railroad station is better than a Trump rally. But maybe for those people, they're so excited.
I don't know, the zoo? Have you been to the zoo on a Saturday? That's amazing.
Because he's supporting some like Pennsylvania governor, guy running for governor or whatever. But it was funny, they put him out there for like that guy for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And then they put Trump right back in. He was standing behind him the whole time because he's such a fucking uncharismatic fuck. They're like, oh, put Donald back on because this is nobody wants to hear this guy.
Jeez.
America's losing to the socialists. It's gonna happen.
I would love it if Ben Shapiro just becomes
Ben Shapiro. Oh
Ben Shapiro would be not the best to become a president, but it would be hilarious.
It would be funny. He's way too gay for America.
And
he's not.
His voice and the tone is being assertive and stuff on like questioning stuff like, hey, Ben Shapiro, are you gonna invade? Did you invade this land because of the oil? He's like, first of all, I don't know, this own high kind of tone.
Yeah. No, he's not.
What is oil? Define oil.
Right. This is what the feminists wanted.
This is what the feminists wanted, exactly.
I just want Nazis to get back in power already and be done with it.
Jesus Christ.
I know, we all know it's going to happen. We're just slowly sliding back towards the swastikas. And it's so depressing to watch. Can we just be done with it? Can we just accept our Nazi overlords and then decide that, it's actually bad?
I don't think it's gonna be as overt now. It's we're sliding in. It's just it's like
Nazi TikTok.
They're not gonna have their own flag and shit. It's gonna be like a televised version of that. It's like the modernized for the 21st century.
Come up in the top corner as a symbol instead of the TV station.
Instead of a flag, they're gonna have like a YouTube watermark. It's gonna be it's gonna be small and in the corner.
It's gonna bounce around the screen like the DVD video on the screensaver.
It's like it's a windmill now. It's going on circles.
Yeah, when you try.
Would it be funny if it turned out that the most efficient windmill design was actually the swastika?
It's the best fan we ever saw. It's a great invention.
Yeah. Yeah, if you try to see like a censored channel that you're not supposed to have access to, you're just gonna see that DVD screensaver. But, yeah.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. We're back. We're back at the whole cast. God damn it.
The far right just won an election in Sweden.
What? Really?
Sweden? Oh yes. They wanted to kick all
shit.
of the Muslims out.
Yeah, no shit.
Man.
Won an election like a parliamentary election, or? Yeah. I thought you were saying you don't follow the news. This is some offbeat shit. Sweden? I've never even heard of this country.
Yeah,
what
that's some good research.
No, that's actually pretty surprising.
Yeah,
I guess
that's why I remembered it.
Shit, I guess it's kind of a pendulum and it goes back and forth, but that is weird.
I think it might this time.
I
think it might just not. I think it might just all stop.
You think it's just gonna stay there? Yeah, but the problem with populists or whatever is they can't stay in power for very long because eventually people are like, well, none of what they said is coming true. This is not working, right? I mean,
yeah, because that's exactly what happened with Trump.
Well, they chose Biden. I mean, who was like the shittiest fucking candidate in years, right?
Yeah, but
it's
not
horrible.
because any Trump voters changed their mind because the shit he said didn't materialize. No, because they found some votes somewhere else in the fucking cupboard.
They just pulled them out. They were saving them for a later date. No, I think some of the centrist cucks must have changed their minds, or like the swing votes or whatever. Because there's a lot of people that voted for Trump, but they weren't too open about it. You know what I mean? The same way that people voted for peace here is like they weren't crazy virulent racists or like whatever. They're just he's gonna change stuff. He's gonna drain the swamp. And I think
he's fucking
well,
Shrek.
Of course,
like,
yeah, he lives there.
He loves the swamp. He is the swamp.
Yeah.
Like, he is covered in mud.
I mean, obviously, but I think maybe some people were a little disillusioned that they had to be. I don't know. What, you think they actually faked the election? I think that's been disproven.
What?
You're saying they got
in Sweden
illegitimate
or the US? votes?
No, in the US.
No. But
Okay.
And if they did, I don't care.
Yeah,
I'm totally fine with voter fraud as long as it's in my interests.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's for all of us.
If it's the side that doesn't want to put people in cages, like it's fine.
Bro, the moment that shit happens and they start hunting Muslims, tell me about the Jehovah's Witness that converted you, because I would love that.
Yeah.
You take that shit on the census, you're on the list already, bro.
Ooh.
By the time it starts, you're gone.
Yeah.
You are gone on the first day. Before we receive
Before
the text,
anything.
you are gone.
That's how you know
You
it
were
started.
already on a bus.
If
We
I
find
go-
out from you.
Yeah. Hey guys, where is Badr? It's been a month. No one saw him.
Yeah. We're supposed to record the podcast, and you're like calling us from a bus.
Guys, I'm in Venezuela somehow.
Oh my god.
They thought I was a Muslim Hispanic.
It's I was gonna say like you could pass for Spanish or something if you wanted to, right? It's almost not funny. It's hits too close to home. Have you guys watched anything good lately, or maybe not good? Watch any shows or movies? How do you spend your time? You don't read the news. You don't at least fucking play some video games or something.
What video game?
Well, if it was interesting, I would start with that. But I'm just saying, like,
okay.
You don't watch movies? I played Rebel Galaxy recently, which is kind of, it's like being a trucker in space. It's not too bad.
Being a trucker in space.
Yeah.
So, like, what do you accept?
Killing space prostitutes.
Yeah.
Killing space.
Using space glory holes.
Black up, look up, bloop, bloop, bloop.
Yeah,
off,
stopping for space jerky. No, you could trade commodities between space stations or whatever. And yeah, you could actually trade slaves too if you want.
Ooh.
It's very, very profitable, but it's illegal, so you might get pulled over. It's true. It's like an indie game, so it's a little barren, but it's pretty good.
That's nice. I've seen this old movie in the 80s, I believe, or 1996 it was released.
Yeah.
about this huge worms in the ground.
Oh, Tremors?
Yes,
Yeah.
that movie. I've seen it when I was a kid, and I've seen it now recently as an adult.
I kind of want to rewatch it. I was thinking about watching Jaws again. But anyway, yeah. Did you like it?
It's cool. It's cool. However, it's very cowboyish and made me realize how cowboyism is very kind of gay. Cowboyism gives this gay vibe.
You should watch Brokeback Mountain. Yeah, it's,
but isn't that you'll like that seriously? That's just about
it's just
cowboy
about
gays,
two gay
right?
guys. Yeah.
But yeah, man, like they were like, "Hey, partner, what you doing down there in the truck?" And he goes to the truck, and this dude is sleeping in a sleeping bag, and he's like, "Hey, George, get out of there!" And George gets out of there, and they start like touching each other's biceps and stuff. Like, "I got you, man."
Standard greeting.
Very gay to me.
And Badr's like, "This is too gay.
This is too gay. I do not accept
him on the
this."
shoulder. It's very unacceptable.
Holding hands is too much. Yes.
Yeah, that's the irony of all these like traditionally masculine things is like it's mostly guys. So at some point it becomes homoerotic. Football,
it's a thin line.
Cowboys, all that shit. Yeah, it's like they were out there in that desert for a long time.
That's
is all
right.
I'm saying.
That's right.
You can't survive on beans alone. That's
how many magazines? After a while, magazines doesn't do anything. You know, you gotta.
Yeah, because they had a lot of magazines in the 1800s. I got the new Sports Illustrated, Jasper.
Look at the headline. It says, "Yeehaw!"
Yeah.
Back in the day, like in the 1300s and stuff, were there cowboys?
1300s?
No, 1300s. There was no U.S. to begin with.
There's no colonialist.
But when the U.S. happened, cowboys happened. How did they have like
I think
pictures and stuff to like kind of?
You're saying how did they come up with the cowboy image?
Pop
it was Marlboro commercials. Yeah, they're like, "This is how we're gonna dress." If I could just find a place that sells cowboy boots.
Jeans. Where am I gonna get jeans? Bangladesh. Let's go to Bangladesh, guys. Let's outsource these sons of bitches.
Yeah, they had to do the whole around the world travel first, and that's how they got blue jeans from the Indian guys. No, I'm not sure how that came, but it probably appeared with the expansion westward, white people. So that would be, late. What was it like? I want to say 19th century, but that's too late. 1600s?
1600s, I would say. Yeah.
I don't know, like Lewis and Clark expedition. That's like the famous expedition west. I think the first one to actually reach Colorado or some shit like that. I don't know.
I wouldn't know about that.
Yeah, they're trying to pass through the Rocky Mountains, which admittedly, that's it's crazy without much navigation or whatever, trying to get past those crazy ass mountains. Like, there's so many ways to die along the way. It's wild that somebody would even want to do that. And then they get to California and they just, start making
start a legal
Hollywood
weed business.
Yeah, straight to dispensaries. That's what happened. They started making porn and weed dispensaries.
It's time to turn into some Rasta, man.
The Chinese and all these other people were already on the West Coast at that point, right? So it's weird because it's not document.
Explain American history to me, please.
All right. Well, here's a bunch of misinformation. If get ready for it now. No, but the way I'm pretty sure the way the first Chinese immigrants came to the U.S. was like through probably not by land at that point. That would have been, but they came from the west, not from Ellis Island. They traveled over from Asia to the West Coast. Yeah, probably.
Long ass way.
Well, it's the short way if you think about it. They didn't. Otherwise, they would have to.
The short way is they would have drowned 10% into your journey.
Yeah, that's true. They would have had to go all the way around otherwise. So I'm sure there was like people from Asia over there way back.
They built the Great Wall of China.
Yeah, I mean.
So they will most probably figure out, I don't know, a tunnel under the water.
Yeah, a tunnel. When did all right, here's a question that nobody knows.
Hop into a dragon and just...
Here's a trivia question. You have 15 seconds to answer. When did they build the Great Wall of China?
I don't know, year
Nobody
one?
knows. Okay. Year one.
Year one, bro. They started early.
Yeah.
They were like, we need to calculate, okay? We need to make a decision.
Yeah. That's why it took them so long, because this was way before the abacus. They didn't even have abacus back then.
They had to start with a pencil. First, we need a pencil and a paper. And they got that first, and then they were like...
From the same guys that was selling the blue jeans, right?
Yeah, exactly. The same outsourcing. It's aliens. Would it be funny if aliens actually like did some like supply drops?
I mean, you're basically
to certain civilizations.
Yeah. You're talking about the Discovery Channel after 10 p.m.
Right.
basically, right? Now that's what they do.
Where they were like iron. Humans did not know how to smelt iron until the aliens came and they gave them like a Snickers bar, which kind of messed up with their neurons. And
I'm sure this you might have even said this before, because this is pretty much a meme at this point. But yeah, the white people are like, oh, the pyramids. There's no way brown people could have built that. It must have it must have been aliens. It must have been aliens.
That's so funny. There's no way.
Had to have been aliens. Do you guys get a chance to watch TV at all? Because like I see some television every couple of years, and I'm curious how the programming changes. I don't know if it's like is Discovery Channel still doing, or TLC doing documentaries about UFO
UFO sightings? I think it will always stay the same. TV will never change after it.
No, it changes all the time. I mean, they have TikTok influencers being cast in Hollywood movies now, so it's got to change a little bit.
The people, but like the platform itself, like the template of it, I don't think it's gonna really change. It's all about advertisement and...
I guess maybe. Yeah, I guess they're all moving towards digital anyway, but like I mean some of those people are not they're dying off, so they have to refill those refill those high up seats eventually, right?
They're on their way out. They already booked the bus. Leaving this land.
They're already chilling at the Epstein Island.
You've been to a museum. What did you see?
Oh yeah, I saw some photos from
Did you see any new stuff in
a painting of the Virgin Mary, stone as hell, boy.
Oh
man, all
the smoking that good.
All those paintings are so funny.
Yeah,
especially with like children in them and stuff, even baby Jesus. But like when I was in the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, I was always looking for the kids in the paintings because they're always doing some fucked up shit.
Like what? Rock, paper, scissors?
No, yeah, but like with real rocks and scissors. This is like, 16th century. I don't know. There's this really, I can't remember the name now, so I might as well. I was going to describe a painting. Well, what's the fucking point of that?
Okay.
Because they used to do didactic paintings, like warning against, degrading morals and stuff. So there's like a painting of a family and the parents are drinking and they're having a feast and all this, and it's really messy. So all the kids are also copying them. So they're like punching each other beneath the table and
listening to hip hop,
molesting the dog. yeah. But they're pretty comical, and sometimes they'd have little annotations at the bottom, right? This is what's gonna happen if you let your kids do TikTok.
Yeah, and then somehow it went from that
to Facebook groups.
To Facebook groups and don't be like Jeff or don't be like Jean. Have you seen these memes? Where like
no.
it's a stick dude.
There's
don't be like this dude.
These are old ones, right? You're talking about?
Yeah.
Classic
memes.
I don't remember that format. It was just like a regular stick man, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was just drawn.
Don't be like him. He litters, for example.
Oh.
Or he listens to Taylor Swift. Like,
do you get your memes on stone tablets? What's the deal? How did you? Yeah, it is funny to remember that shit. It seems like history now, like React Animals or whatever. That was maybe 10 years ago.
Yes.
But it's so archaic at this point.
2012 was such a good year.
Yeah, it's really funny for somebody to have nostalgia from my perspective for 2012. I guess that was probably a good part of my life as well. But I don't have like these specific memories of like things, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, what's like, you didn't watch the Disney,
2012
the Disney
we were
Channel or
supposed,
something.
the apocalypse was supposed to happen.
That's true, yeah.
That is one of the biggest thing in 2012.
Yeah.
Which
for like a month and then...
Yeah, now that I think of it, there was a movie about 2012.
Yeah, there was.
Was
like
it all a marketing thing?
Marketing for what? It was
for the movie that came?
Oh.
About 2012?
No, I think it's just, coincided with like people's interpretation of the main calendar, whatever it was.
And the Mayans and stuff.
Yeah, the Mayans supposedly...
The Mayans calendar expires at 2012.
I think that's what people thought, or at least that was the popular interpretation.
Yeah.
And I think that's where that came from. So they probably just made the... But yeah, it wasn't 2000... I remember seeing like a glimpse of that movie at some point on TV. I never saw the whole thing. So I think it's like actually just ecological disasters, but I'm not sure what starts. I think it might be an earthquake is what starts it, and then everything goes downhill.
And the meteor.
Oh, okay, maybe that makes sense.
Yeah, dinosaur style, baby.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel if you know how they say like if you can bring people back from the dead, you know how people say.
yeah, that's a regular conversation.
Yeah. When people are brought back from the dead, you know.
Sure, yeah.
I think they would be very disappointed of how advanced we are, and they would rather go back to die. It's like 2,000 years ago, we used to do the exact same thing as you guys are doing. As a human nature, we don't change. Like after a while, this is who we are.
I don't really believe in human nature. It's just like debatable, but okay. I don't know. I think you're wrong in this case because it's like. This is like a premise that I've heard on stage before, like David Cross does it or something, talking about the founding fathers, but their minds would be fucking blown if they saw like touch screens and all
technology,
this shit. Yeah.
But I'm talking about like human behavior between us and the drama that we do and not the drama and how we
But I don't think they would ever get that far. They'd have a heart attack before they were able to analyze the general tendencies because like I mean, you're right. Yeah, sure. We still do wars and genocides and slavery and all this.
Yeah.
But come on, touchscreens, bro. Like once, like when a baby sees an iPad, they're enthralled, right? You can't get that shit away from them.
Yeah, that's right.
They'll sit there for hours.
That's right.
It's so addictive. Watching genocide.
What the fuck?
10 minutes. The show's over in 10 minutes. All right.
We can put this next to you.
No. All right.
God damn, man. Take us.
Dave didn't bring his fucking usual liter of energy drinks, so we gotta.
No.
All right, we gotta close the show because Dave's selling his car. It's a big event. We gotta talk to him about it.
We're all gonna sell the car.
See you guys later. Yeah.